finished having a really lovely coaching session. So today's session we were looking at two very different topics but ways that they could overlap with each other. So the first topic was about social connection and looking at how do you get yourself out into the world, how do you build connections with other people, and how you can use areas that interest you to actually find your tribe. Because the likelihood is, if you're going and doing an activity, there will be somebody within that group of people who you probably will have quite a lot in common with. And there is that saying, your vibe attracts your tribe. So just becoming really clear on what is it, what would, forming a friendship, what kind of qualities would you like a friend to have? So we posed lots of different questions around that. We looked at the obstacles that might be in the way. So was there a lot of procrastination going on? I think eventually we established that was the case. So lots of thinking about how it was going to happen, lots of looking into the different activities that were out there. So we sat and we spoke about some short-term goals, some medium-term goals, and even considered maybe like a long-term goal. So the short-term goals were, you've looked at these workshops, you've got an interest, why don't you book yourself on there now? Why don't you go along and see what it's like and see what comes out of it? If you have other interests where maybe it's something you've not done for a long time, why not find out if there is a beginner's session? So you're all coming in at the same point and you get that social connection because there's a community of like-minded souls who are maybe also very new on their journey. So two very different approaches, different ways to make connections. Some are just connections for the day, but others might actually build into something a little bit more serious. So that was one part of the session. And then the other bit that we were looking at was all about spirituality and what does that mean? What kind of elements of spirituality are actually calling to you? So we explored divination cards, we looked at crystals, we were looking at how do you actually take care of yourself energetically, how do you protect your energy, what ways are you looking at meditation. We also considered, would you have an altar in your house? What would that look like? Where would you have it? Would you use that as your space to maybe do your meditation there as well? So we didn't go too far into it. Spirituality is such an expansive topic, but I think that you have to look at what you're drawn at. Choose somewhere to start and move from there, because when you go with what is calling to your heart, you never know where it will lead you. And if you try something and find it's not for you, then you create space for something else to come in. So you may have a main topic that you're really focused on, but you could also have smaller topics which are kind of running alongside. And as you kind of feel into them, you may find that one of them falls away, then something else can come in. So you still have that main focus. And again, we had short, medium and long-term goals to actually get this individual to where they would like to be. And it was a really lovely session. It was a couple of hours, 1 hour spent on one topic and then the other hour spent on the other topic. We chose a crystal, so we put some lovely Reiki energy into that as well for the client to take away. And we did some journaling prompts too, so plenty to actually work on. And I feel that in that first session we achieved quite a lot. I think they've gone away with some really good stuff to work on, and I'll be picking up with them in December and just checking back in and seeing where we're at, and then arranging another session, because sometimes when you've taken an awful lot in, you need time to sit and let it assimilate and just create the space to actually work through. I mean, there was a few different things to work on there, so it's all part of the journey. There is no hurry. There's things that you can work on quickly, which are your instant wins, and things that might take a little bit more time, but that's okay. So it's just having that focus, that forward focus to actually know where it is you're actually wanting to go, and then taking the action and the steps to make that a reality. So it's going to be exciting to see where this particular one goes. So maybe you're listening to this video and you're thinking, you know what, I could probably do with a little bit of spiritual life coaching, and maybe I'm starting to open up spiritually and I'm feeling like I need a little bit of direction. Or maybe there's other areas in my life. Maybe I'm wanting to build more social connections, perhaps I'm wanting to bring love into my life, I'm wanting to find that job. There's many different ways that we can help you. So reach out, send us a message through our website. We're at consciouscrone.com, and we can have a conversation. We do a free connection call, a little bit of a chat to find out where you're at and where you might need some help. And if it's something that we can assist you with, then we can go on to arrange a session for you. So, drawing this video to a close, thank you for watching, and it's bye for now. Take care.